Megan Thee Stallion left a Miami courtroom stating to the media that she was happy with the verdict that the jurors and the judge came up with, when in actuality, that is the furthest thing from the truth.
I'm just happy.
You see, in January 2022, Cardi B sued and won a multi-million-dollar case against blogger Tasha K for spreading misinformation about a STD. You see, Cardi B would reach out to Tasha K and say, hey, this isn't true. But yet Tasha K would still spread that misinformation, which led into her owing Cardi B over $1 million.
An Atlanta jury awarding Cardi B $1.25 million in punitive damages. This is after a 2-week trial against a YouTuber for defamation. Well, according to that new lawsuit, celebrity blogger Tasha K was targeting Cardi B in a, quote, malicious campaign to damage and destroy her reputation among her fans. The YouTuber reportedly told the jury that she knowingly published lies about the rapper to generate money for her own business.
Now, when Cardi B won this defamation case, what it did was it set a precedent for women rappers that you can beat the bloggers at their own game by suing them for defamation, because we knew men rappers ain't going for this. We ain't suing. We just gonna catch you in the streets, i.e. Rick Ross when he caught DJ Vlad. And it sent a real big message to all bloggers that, listen, you will have consequences to the things that you say. And Tasha K has since filed bankruptcy because, let's be honest, she don't have that $1 to $3 million that Cardi B is asking for. So that's where we get to Milagro Cooper, better known online as Milagro Gramz. You see, Milagro Gramz has a rather successful platform, but it is rather small when we compare it to the academics, the Aiden Rosses, the Joe Buddens of the world, the people who, just like Milagro, have been very, very critical of Megan Thee Stallion and some of the lies that she told when it came to the Tory Lanez case, some of the ways that she's handled herself. But for whatever reason, Megan Thee Stallion said that she was shaken up by Milagro's online criticisms of Megan Thee Stallion. Megan claims to be so much so shaken up about Milagro's testimonial online antics that she was gonna pull a Cardi B and sue the leopard printed panties off of Milagro's ass. She wanted her living in a shelter, under a bridge, hell, under a tent. It didn't matter, as long as she could be able to set the precedent that, yo, y'all are not gonna keep talking about me, and I'm gonna use this blogger right here who has been very critical of me as an example. So in October 2024, Milagro Gramz received that she was being sued by Megan Thee Stallion for 3 counts. One of them being defamation, where they claimed that she was spreading false claims about Megan, including statements that said that she was a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez and that she was lying about the 2020 shooting. The second count would be promotion of an altered sexual depiction, where she would be sharing or promoting a deepfake pornographic video perpetuating to show Megan without her consent. And the third one will be intentional infliction of emotional distress and related online harassment, cyber stalking, false light, and privacy invasion, accusing Milagro of coordinating a harassment campaign that damaged Megan's mental health, reputation, and career to spread the false propaganda. Megan Thee Stallion will be suing for a whopping $30 million against Milagro Gramz. Clearly, she didn't have $30 million. Hell, Megan doesn't have $30 million. We know that when you sue, you go a little bit above, but she went beyond. But she did think that the ruling with her Roc Nation team would be in the $1 million range. And over the last couple of weeks, the trial would start, and yesterday the trial would end. Now, one of the most noticeable things that was noted during this trial is that Megan Thee Stallion would be so distraught from some of the online narratives that Milagro Gramz was stating that she had a mental breakdown, that her team had to put her in a 4-week therapy session that cost $240,000. Under cross-examination, one of the key questions that the defense asked Megan Thee Stallion was, why did you never block Milagro? Why did you never take the necessary precautions to not see what she was saying? And she said, because I wanted her to see me win. Now, like we said earlier, Tory Lanez and his father were being accused in this case of getting in cahoots with Milagro to spread misinformation so they could win the narrative battle online about this shooting. And to me, that was an uphill battle for Milagro, being that Tory simply said in 3 different depositions that he's not gonna participate in this trial. The judge would say, well, I could sentence you to prison and I can give you a fine. And he said, I'm already doing 10 years in prison and I'm rich. Give me my consequences so I could be on my way. And I also thought Milagro was cooked when it came down to the promotion of the AI deep fake sexual video that was out there. Even though that she didn't necessarily repost it to her page, but it's considered promotion when you get on your mob radio show, your online show, your live show, and you say, in reference to the video, kind of like, if you want to see it, I'm gonna allude for you guys to go to my likes on Instagram or on Twitter, and you guys can see what's going on over there. Now, the main count being defamation would be up in the air, and if you're Milagro, you were hoping that the juror would deem you as a media outlet, because media is protected by an extra layer of protection, which means there has to be proper protocols done before you can just do a lawsuit. If we go back to what I said, Cardi B informed Tasha K that, hey, this is incorrect information. Could you please stop reporting that? And Tasha K continued to report that Cardi B had a STD. Well, I don't know if that's the case that happened in this instance with Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro Cooper. So yesterday, the fate would be sealed for Milagro Gramz, and she would be found liable for every count. But it wasn't just a 100% win for Megan Thee Stallion, because the jurors would find that Milagro is a media outlet and a media company, which was a win in the favor of Milagro Gramz, because Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers did not take the proper protocols of filing a cease and desist first and then filing a lawsuit against Milagro Gramz. Now, the judge would give out a judgment of $75,000, ouch, to Megan Thee Stallion. And it would get even worse because Megan's team fumbled the process of handling the defamation aspect of the lawsuit by not giving out a cease and desist. $16,000 would be removed and that part of the case would be dismissed, meaning that Megan Thee Stallion's team won a whopping $59,000.
Have to pay based on what the ruling today.
Right, so if the math is correct, if our memory is correct, it's $75,000 across all claims. But you do take off the money that was generated by the jury's verdict on the defamation count. Right, so they found $15,000 in compensatory damages for defamation, but also $1,000 in punitive damages for the defamation claim. So you would subtract what, $16,000 from $75,000. If my math is correct, that's what, $59,000 in damages across the board, punitive and compensatory. And so because the jurors found that Milagro Cooper was a media defendant, that means that the plaintiffs in this case had to send Milagro Cooper a cease and desist letter before they sued her. Because they did not send a cease and desist letter, that defamation claim was pretty much dead in the water when it was filed.
And why would they have to send a cease and desist letter?
Because media defendants are provided an extra layer of protection, right, and allows them to do their jobs properly without having the fear of being sued for every little thing that they say. So if there is some discrepancy, if there is a statement that someone thinks is defamatory and it comes from a media defendant, the law gives them opportunity to send a cease and desist letter, to take down the statement, or to talk about it beforehand, before there's any sort of lawsuit. And that just didn't happen in this case.
Excellent. Your whole name is?
Jeremy McClymont. Last name is McLymont. I'll give you a card too.
Excellent. Thank you.
So all the hotties are going online saying that Megan Thee Stallion won her case. Megan Thee Stallion just beat Milagro Gramz. And I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, on paper, it's a W. But at what expense? At what cost? You spent millions of dollars in legal fees to try to bring down Milagro Gramz and set a precedent that y'all need to stop talking about me because I'm suing everybody. But in actuality, it was a win for the new media. You see, some people look at traditional media as the only media, i.e. Megan Thee Stallion. Essentially, if you have any opinion that sides with Tory Lanez, you're not real media. She would get online and say that Megan Cunith, or whatever that woman's name is real media. One, probably because she's white and works on a traditional platform with media. Two, because she sides with Megan Thee Stallion. She would say that she's real media. And she would even counter what Milagro's team said by saying, no, it's still a $75,000 judgment and the defamation part hasn't been thrown out yet. I feel like that's misinformation because guess what, Megan? Even the real media that you claim is real and traditional said, no, this is what really happened.
75,000. Now, remember I told you Megan's trying to just be seen as the victim. Here's where she's actually wrong, and this is the walk down. This is the walk down right here, chat. Someone has to tap Meg on the shoulder when you said if you want real media / news, because you're trying to big up Megan Cunniff because she's on your side. She seems to lean in your favor, and you're thinking that it's the independent creators that's fictionally trying to contort this thing to say it's 59K. I'll tell you where I got the number. And since you're saying real media is Megan Cunniff, so the people reporting 59,000, which means defamation wasn't held liable, they're fake media. We're not talking about the independent media creators anymore. I'll tell you where I got it from. I got it from, well, hold on, let me put it up. This is where I got it from. I got it from NBC. NBC News, 6 Florida. When you scroll down, Pete was awarded $59,000 in damages, but had been seeking tens of millions of dollars. That's where I got it from. Okay? While the jury found that Cooper defamed Pete by saying she was dishonest in sworn testimony about the rapper who shot her in 2020, the judge struck that verdict and the $16,000 in damages that the jury awarded her for defamation. So this is the walk down here, chat. Put it everywhere. When she says if you want real media news, it seems that apparently Meg is saying that where I got it from, because I got it from NBC, they ain't real media news either. So we need to ask Meg Thee Stallion, what's real media news? Because Milagro not real media news. None of the online creators ain't real media news. NBC, who we're now quoting, ain't real media news. It's only the chick who seems to be in your back pocket is real media news. Okay, we get where you're coming from, shorty. Just drop down and get your eagle on and keep twerking, shorty, because we don't know what you're talking about at this point.
At the end of the day, man, we got to tell the truth. Megan Thee Stallion is leaning into the sympathy bag whenever the relevancy is dropping. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion was hurt. She might have been shot. She might have stepped on glass. Something happened to her. Tory was sent to prison for 10 years. You still won't let the man rest. He can't even do 10 years in peace. Ever since he went to jail, even before jail, she's been saying, I want to be left alone. I just want people to leave me alone. But yet she's the one who is constantly reminding us about the Tory situation. I just want to be left alone. But first, watch my documentary about how Tory shot me. Let me file a restraining order on Tory, even though he's doing 10 years in prison. But before the restraining order is in full effect, I need him to attend this deposition because I'm trying to sue this woman by saying that Tory helped her out. Also, let me bully this woman and claim she's bullying me because she's talking bad about me. And I don't like what she's saying. So I'm gonna sue her for defamation. We've been looking at her page. I'm tired of being harassed. And then you come out with nothing. They're saying that Megan Thee Stallion spent about $2 million on her lawyer. So unless the legal fees come out to $2 million that the judge is most likely not gonna give to Milagro, you're screwed. You spent $2 million for a $59,000 judgment, when in actuality, you could have just put this all behind you and let it go. Sometimes the ego will kill us all. And females are willing to go to the depths of hell sometime just to be right. And now she looks dumb. Roc Nation gonna take that money out your budget. Your next video gonna be shot in 3K. Do you understand that? It's back to the ghetto you go. Listen, Megan, focus on your craft. Focus on your music. Stop focusing on narratives. Stop trying to go back and forth. You, Cardi B, and Cardi B just put out music, so I'm not gonna be too hard on her, but for years she was doing the same thing. Focusing on outside noise. You're always gonna forever be connected to this Tory Lanez case when they bring your name up because of how you've handled it. If you truly want to move past it, you gotta stop doing petty lawsuits. You gotta stop going to the blogs and trying to control the narratives and calling people fake. Listen, people have the right to their opinions. So all I'm saying is get back to making music. Do what got you here. I don't know if you can do that though, because it seems like you and Roc Nation feel like the only way to remain relevant is by trying to win, by trying to sue people, by trying to say, listen, I run this, I'm the most powerful. Listen, it doesn't work like that. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Do y'all think that this is a win for Megan Thee Stallion? Do you think it's an L? Do you think it's the principle that she was trying to put out there? What do y'all think, man? Let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Boom! Big Just LaFlare.
It's him.